Let's in fact get across to the Kenyan Prime Minister William Ruto, who is presently in India. He's having an interaction with the Indian President.
Of rural development, especially agriculture. We'll be looking at a space of how we can share in manufacture of vaccines, both for animal and human. We're looking at what we can do about genomics. We will be signing an agreement on also the digital space. We have a lot to learn from this great country, especially in the digital space. We have already, I did send from Kenya our Ministry of ICT to pick up lessons on digital ID, digitizing government services, leveraging on the enabler nature of technology in providing government service, which India has done very well. We will be signing an MOU in that space. We will also be looking at the areas of business, what we can do to enhance the business relationship between our two countries. I share a lot in common with the Prime Minister of India on what we need to do, especially those of us from the Global South, on matters to do with the reform of the international financial architecture to make it much more fit for purpose and to ensure that it serves everybody equally and in a balanced and democratized manner. And a lot of other things that we will be discussing this afternoon and this morning with the government of India. And I want to say to both the President and Prime Minister, thank you very much for welcoming me to India. Thank you.
All right, so that was the Kenyan President William Ruto there, stating that his government, of course, wants to work very closely with India. And remember, this of course, is a crucial visit by the Kenyan President William Ruto, who is on a 3-day state visit to India. And he's, of course, interacting with the Indian leaders. He is, of course, going to be interacting with a number of different Indian leaders. And the linkages between India and many of the African nations are being worked upon. And that, of course, is what is happening at this moment. And Kenya is a key part of the African Union. Now, remember, it was at the behest of the Indian nation that was chairing the G20 summit earlier this year that the African Union is being included into the G20. And we also earlier saw the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar call on the Kenyan President William Ruto, who was, of course, on a 2-day visit to India. The Kenyan President is accompanied by a high-level official delegation, and his visit comes as Ruto's first one to India as the Kenyan President. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.